All right, baby, we gonna talk about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gonna talk about it. Let's do it again. Y'all come on in so we can have the show. Come on over. Come on, children. Come on over. 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 Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on. I say, come on in here. Bring some happiness. Bring some laughter. Bring some grin. Books to all. Just bring your friends. I say, come on over. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on in here. I say, get on in here. We gon' ride around on this bus. We gon' discuss some of this old stuff. I say, come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over to auntie house. I say, come on in here. Come on in here. Bring the laughter, bring that grin. Make sure you bring your friends. I say, come on over to your auntie house. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, everybody, welcome in. Everybody, welcome in. Bring more than one friend. Everybody, just come on in. Just come on over. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over. Come on over. Come on over. Come, run around. Let's all go to auntie house. Let's go to auntie house. I say, come on over. Come on over. How y'all do? How y'all be? Y'all come on in here so we can talk about it. That's auntie house. That's right. Because we can and we will. And we're gonna talk about it. Intro, baby, because we don't want no ish. We don't want no ish, baby, because you know. Hey, man, dang. Ooh, goodness, that's just, I know I should have caught that real quick. That was too slow. All right, let's go. Come on over. Come on, children. Come on over. 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 Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on. I say, come on in here. Bring some happiness, bring some laughter, bring some grin. Most of all, just bring your friends. I say, come on over, come on over, come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on in here, hell yeah. I say, get on in here, get on in here. Ride around all the clothes, welcome in. Just come up here respectfully. Get all that ice baby. I say, come on in here, he don't need here. Come on in here, he don't need here. Bring the laughter, bring that grand. Make sure you bring your friends. I say, come on over to your auntie house. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, everybody, welcome in. Everybody, welcome in. Bring more than one friend. Everybody, just come on in. Just come on over. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over. over. It's alright. Come on over. It's okay. Come on over. Auntie house. Come. Every day. Let's all go to Auntie house. Let's go to Auntie house. I say, come on over. Come on over. How y'all do? How y'all be? Y'all come on in here so we can talk about it. That's Auntie house. One more again. How everybody be on this Saturday morning? Yeah, that's a Saturday morning. Come on over. Come on over. Come on, children. Come on over. 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 Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on in here. Bring some happiness. Bring some laughter. Bring some grin. Books are all just bring your friends. I say, come on over. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on in here. I say, get on in here. We gon' ride around on this bus. We gon' discuss so much this old stuff. I say, come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over to auntie house. I say, come on in here. Come on in here. Bring that laughter, bring that grin. Make sure you bring your friends. I say, come on over to your auntie house. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, everybody, welcome in. Everybody, welcome in. Bring more than one friend. Everybody, just come on in. Just come on over. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over. 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 Come, run around. Let's all go to auntie house. Let's go to auntie house. I say, come on over. Come on over. How y'all do? How y'all be? Y'all come on in here so we can talk about it. That's auntie house. That's right. That's right. Cause we can and we will and we're gonna talk about it, baby. We're gonna talk about it. Let me get my auntie dance here. Auntie got my auntie dance. Come on over. Come on over. Come on, children. Come on over. 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 Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on. I say, come on in here. Bring some happiness. Bring some laughter. Bring some grin. Most of all, just bring your friends. I say, come on over. Come on over. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on in here. Hell yeah. I say, get on in here. Hell yeah. We gon' ride around on this bus. We gon' discuss so much this old stuff. I say, come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over to auntie house. I say, come on in here. Come on in here. Bring the laughter, bring that grin. Make sure you bring your friends. I say, come on over to your auntie house. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, everybody, welcome in. Everybody, welcome in. Bring more than one friend. Everybody, just come on in. Just come on over. Yeah. Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on over. I don't care. Come on over. What you don't say. Come on over. What you did and what you done. Run around. I will always love you. I always love you. I say, come on over. Come on over. Come on over. How y'all do? How y'all be? Y'all come on on in here so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
This is Auntie house.
This is Auntie house. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We gonna talk about it because we talk what we see on these streets. If you don't want us to talk about it, don't put it on the streets, baby. Don't put it on the streets, then we won't be able to talk about it, okay? How y'all doing on this beautiful Saturday morning? Yeah, it's getting ugly out there. It's getting ugly. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Nolan, you know. We're gonna talk about that a little bit, then we're gonna do some of everything. Y'all be like Burger King over here, you just have it your damn way. But a lot of y'all don't know what's going on in the Nolan case. These people have did everything. I mean, they have went all out the way trying to just cover these. If it didn't do nothing wrong, why it just seemed like you covering up stuff, that you just covering up stuff, and you know it's unfair to Nolan's mother and his family. It's very unfair. They got all that stuff like toxicology, you know, all of that right. But the thing is, they talking about they can't read it to a grand jury, go over it, and then like if the grand jury feel like it shouldn't go no further, we will never hear what happened. What kind of issue is that? And I'm gonna let y'all hear the video too, but let me speak to my auntie, baby, boogie woogies, bush babies, babies all over the land and the world. You know auntie love you. Yes, I do. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about some of it. Because it's effed up. It's effed up, y'all. It's truly effed up. And it's another thing, but I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. Somebody had sent me a video about, you know, Mississippi, damn, Mississippi. And also with Atlanta Street, I don't want to talk about him, but I got to tell y'all this, the girl mama is pressing charges on Marcus. I told you. Florida gonna go get his ass. Just as the sun shine, Florida going to get him. Yeah, Florida gonna get you, boy. That's all I gotta tell you. Florida gonna get you, Marcus. You don't have your phone. Yes, you have, but Florida gonna get you. Yes, pray for that family. Hey, Mercedes. Hey, Willie Dixon, how you doing tonight, darling Marilyn? How you doing, love? Love to Miss Lowe in chat. I am here. My mother passed last Friday in my arms. Home gone. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, love angel. Y'all put some prayer hands in the chat for her. Yes, and I heard I'm just gonna say my condolences to your mother, and also my condolences to another young lady. I heard that she lost her fiance today too. So, just put some prayer hands in for everybody. Cause that's one thing about Miss Loretta. I know the loss of a mother. We all gonna go through it, and my mama was the type of mother, she didn't want to bury no children. She used to pray all the time. She said, Lord, please don't let me bury now, child. And I know if she had been still living, and that what happened to Gooey Goo, I know if that would have just took my mama right on out of here. Sure would have. Let me try to finish speaking to y'all. Hey, Miss Shepherd, how you doing? We love you, love Angel. Anything you need, just reach out to Miss Lowe. I might not get back at the time, but I will get back sooner or later. Miss Shepherd, how you doing? Clara, how you doing? Kate Fiction, get it, girl. Auntie don't mind shaking this hotel. Your cans are like gallon cans. Well, baby, they mine. Do you have a cash app or a super sticker? Put that on a super sticker next time and send it to Auntie Lo, okay? All right. This the end of the month. Brenda, how you doing? Willie Dixon, how you doing? Love Angel, giving her condolences. Clara is. That's so sweet of you. So sweet of you. So sweet of you. Okay. Okay. Yes, we are live here. Monique, how you doing, baby? Hey, my favorite auntie. Hey, Sugar, how you doing? How you been? Yeah, life is so short. We never know when we're going to leave this earth. Mm-mm. And we never know who love us going to leave this earth. That's why I don't hold hate in my heart. I said the same thing, Miss Loretta. We buried both of our parents. God knows that couldn't take the burden off their children. And that's why, Nolan and all those other boys, and losing people for unnecessary. Your mother, she was old, but just losing people from unnecessary. It ain't necessary. It's people taking your life. It's so dangerous out here, and you just have to be so guarded these days. And a lot of people don't believe that, and they end up letting down their damn guard, and somebody been no got their ass. But death is hard, especially when it comes to a mother, because when my mother died, and I ain't trying to be no Debbie Downer, but I'm just gonna speak on Love Angel because she lost her mama. You too old to be on here. Go to bed. Your mammy should teach you some respect. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm on here to teach you some respect. Now you come up here. I know hoes gonna come in the house because I'm finna get ready to talk about Nolan in a few. Then I'm gonna talk about this and that and everything else. But let them stay on up in here. Let them stay on up in here. Don't take them out. Let all the fuckers stay up in here. Because, this Friday night, they can come over here and get drunk with us to do whatever. I ain't taking none of them out. I'm just going to let them be stupid tonight. But I just want to get this to you, Love Angel. I want to get this to you because I know that feeling when my mama left. I was still in my 40s. Yes, I was still in my 40s. I was 47 years old. My mama died in 2000. Yes, 2000. 2000, like 1999, 2000. And I was on my job working, and I'll never forget. But I was at the hospital with her all that weekend, and she just kept complaining how she was just ready to go. I said, Mama, you can't rush God. You can't rush God. And then while I was there at the hospital, I heard them call cold blue. She had got sick or something in the bed. And they called cold blue as I was walking around the hospital. And I called all my brothers and sisters. I said, y'all need to come up here. Y'all need to come up here because it ain't good. It ain't good. And sometimes she had died. Because when you see people say cold blue, that means you gone, or you about out of here, or they done brought you back. Yeah. Cold blue means death. And I said, oh my God, they wanted all of us to go to the chapel room. But she didn't die that night. My mama wanted to say goodbye to all of us, one by one. And I went in there before I left that day. I probably knew she was finna go because when I went in there, because she already had said she didn't want to be on life support. She didn't want to be try to bring somebody reputation. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, reputation. She didn't want to be on life support. She ain't want none of that. She already said that. She would say, don't try to bring me back. Don't try to save me. Don't have me on no machines. She made that specific clear that she didn't want to be on no machines. But she stayed on the machines just to say goodbye to all her children. To all her children. And when I went in there, my mama said, Sugar, because she always called me Sugar or either Bunny. She said, I love you. I said, I love you too, Mama. And she said, I just want to tell you that I'm so proud of you. How you changed your life around and you got it together with my grandbabies. Because one time I felt like, I said, Mama, I love my children. Ain't nobody going to have to, because I had got in that little trouble and all that stuff like that. But I was so scared when I was in prison. I didn't want to get no bad news that my mama had passed. Because when people, mamas and sisters and brothers be passing by, you locked up behind no bars. But I got a chance to say goodbye to my mama. I did. And she told me she loved me. And I told her I love her. And I gave her a kiss. That's the last time I seen my mama alive. And those was the last words that we shared with each other. I love you. And I think she did that with all of us. Because she wanted to see all of us one by one. After after she seen all of us and told all of us, when I was on that job Monday, they came and got me. I knew she was gone. I knew she was gone. So sorry to hear about your mom. Yes, that's Love Angel mama passed. My mama been past 26 years now. 26 years to be August. But it still feels like it's yesterday. People say it'll get better with time. It get better. But just know, Love Angel, your mama wouldn't want you to be sad. She wouldn't want you to be around here depressed. She would want you to go head on and live your life and take care of your kids or whatever. She don't want you to stop doing that. And my mama told us that. I don't want y'all to be sad. I don't want y'all to be crying over me. Y'all know mama gonna be okay. Mama gonna be all right. I want y'all to go ahead on and raise my grandbabies and take care of my grandbabies and make sure they're okay. Because mama is ready to go. After my daddy died first, they lived 5 years apart from each other. And she always thought that she was the one gonna die first. And my daddy used to tell all the time, Annie Mae, you ain't finna go nowhere. People like you don't die. Oh, Brown, you healthy. My daddy was healthy. He was very healthy. My daddy was walking, taking walks, running, and everything at the age of 69. He was a very healthy man, but his death came all of a sudden. He just woke up one morning and he couldn't get out of bed. He couldn't walk. Had a stroke. Strokes are some scary things, and they're very unpredictable. You know, I see people around here eating all this salt and stuff, all on top of diabetes and stuff. You know, it's predictable. You never know. Daddy was real healthy. I mean, my daddy was running at the age of 69, jogging. And started doing it every day. And my mama, she had all kind of health problems. But he didn't outlive my mama. My mama outlived him. See, that's what I'm saying. You never know who gonna go first. And I had a cousin. He ate healthy food. That boy went to the gym every day. Had a body like I don't know what. Body look, oh my God, body gorgeous. All whipped up muscle. His special diets, running. He go to that gym every day. Every day. He ain't missed a day. All of a sudden, he on his jaw, he dropped the whole tray and passed out. Had a brain tumor to the head. And they say they had got rid of it. They always talk about they got rid of all, you know, it's just so strange. And it comes back because, you know, cancer comes back with black people. For some reason, when we get rid of our cancer, it always come back aggressively. Yeah, and he was doing good. Matter of fact, I had got sick and he had came to see me. So, Love Angel, just hang in there. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. And we love you. And your mama, go ahead on and live your life. Do what you got to do for mama. Say goodbye to mama. And mama wouldn't want you to be around here sad. And I'm so sorry. But like I said, she's still in that heart. She's still there. Because Annie Mae live in this heart every day. Annie Mae is why I'm such a forgiving woman. Because that's the way mama raised me. You know, people do you wrong. When something happened to them, you don't wish that. You don't wish shit like that. Because you mad at them. If something tragedy don't happen to somebody, and me and somebody don't been beefing on this app, they got my sympathy. They got my condolences. Because Miss Lowe not like that. I promise you I'm not. I can't kick a person when they already down. And you just got some nasty people like that. They just don't care. It look like You give good advice. I do give good advice. Hey, Miss Duncan, how you doing? I miss Olivia Faye every day, but yeah, that's your mama. Oh, okay, I like that name. Oli. That's her name. Yes, you just hang there, baby. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Okay, let's talk about this cover up. Let's talk about why we can't listen to this art sauce. Yes, people are very evil spirit. Exactly. And you know when something happened to somebody, I promise you, I'm not gonna tear them down. I don't care how long me and them been beefing. I wouldn't do that. I don't do that. I'm a forgiving person, and I get hated on this app because I forgive. She's so stupid. People be over there talking about her, then they go right over there in her chat. Well, let me stay stupid. Let me stay stupid because I don't have enemies. Miss Lowe don't have no damn enemies out here. I'm not coming here. It's pronounced Ollie. Oh, like, oh, okay, like Allie. Okay. Well, you know Miss Lowe ain't gonna get it right no way. Okay, Allie, okay. Gotta show love, but not hate. Spiritual welfare is real. Exactly. And most of all, we got to learn and forgive each other. I don't care what you don't say, what you don't did, what you don't done. Been pricing that the whole time I've been on this app. You ain't said nothing about me a few minutes ago. Let me cool off. I'll be good in 10 minutes. Y'all know how Miss Loretta is. I'm harmless. But if a V don't understand me, because they mind always be in the gutter. They mind be always out there. Somebody trying to get me. Somebody trying to worry about me. Somebody trying to hunt me. Oh, my enemy. The enemy's gonna get you. You better get your ass out of here. You your own worst goddamn enemy. And you walk around here and don't even know it. Keep on saying that shit, reprobated man. Your enemy gonna get you. Oh, they want me to say something. I'm not addressing these people. Who wants you to say something? And don't want nobody to say nothing off the damn truth. You better go sit your little ass down somewhere and be still, girl. I ain't got time and don't have time for it. Okay. Let me pull up this video right quick so we can share this, honey. Because these people, Mississippi, Mississippi, I'm telling you. But that's all right. God gonna work this thing out for the Nolan Wells family. I promise you he is. God gonna work it out. Yes, he is. God is in control. And y'all make sure y'all pray. And now they don't try to, discredit the video, all this good stuff. I told y'all I got a picture of that young lady right there. But I want y'all to hear the Ben Trump interview this morning. When the autopsy is completed. Yeah, it's the first. I'm going to play just a little bit of autopsy complete. Family speak to Don. And I could just see Benjamin Crump. This is a big one. This is going to be a very hard case. This is going to be a very hard case, y'all. Because these people in Mississippi, they getting worse and worse and worse. I ain't never heard of nothing like this in my life. You can't get it. If the grand jury, from my understanding, if they don't agree, thank you for the blessing. I appreciate you. I'm trying to give away some memberships. If they don't agree, Nolan Wells' mom and them may not never know. Okay, wait a minute. What's this? Hold on, y'all. About the fake. I've been hearing that all day. Okay, they may not never know what happened to their child, y'all. And that's a damn shame. Let me take me down for a minute so y'all can hear this video. And we're going to go over it with Miss Loretta because I'm talking about it right now. Because we need to keep on talking about it. Just like she said, y'all keep on talking. Y'all keep on supporting. And we going to keep on. Hold on, Don. You don't left me. Ooh, you don't left me, Don. Because I got to share your stuff. I know most of y'all probably already subscribed to Don Lemon, but I like to talk about stuff with y'all and go over it and give my perspective of it too. You know, Don shares everybody's video. Hold on, but Benjamin Crump called him personally. He got the real deal over there. Okay, let me take me down. Okay, so you always move my little table.
Tennessee at the convention, and Benjamin Crump and the family of Nolan Wells and other young men who have been black young men who have died mysteriously are brought to light there as well. Let's get to the breaking news and get in Benjamin Crump, who is joining us in their journey along the way with the family, with Christine and with Elmore Wansley, Nolan Wells' parents. Ben, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk about the break. Hello to the family and to you, and thank you for being here. Let's talk about the breaking news. The autopsy from Mississippi is in, and so what does that mean? When do you find out? Have you heard anything from them?
We were made aware that the autopsy was complete, and because media started calling us, and I know the district attorney's office may have reached out to the family, but we did not get a chance to talk to them before the news told us the autopsy was complete. We are scheduled to have a meeting with the district attorney's office next week. Whether that means they're going to reveal the autopsy results is unknown to us, but we're certainly going to inquire because, we have been begging for transparency the whole way, and we've tried to be very transparent with them.
Okay, that's the damn shame. See, they already got this information. Y'all got this information. Why not share it? What the hell is y'all hiding? See, this is the part Miss Loretta don't get. You supposed to share that right away. You supposed to have a news break. You supposed to let us know what happened to Nolan. If it was an accident or did something happen to him? See, it's a lot of cover up. That's what I don't like about this. Too much cover up.
And we hope that they will be transparent with us, especially his family.
Yeah. So Ben, can they not release information to you? Because I know that, to explain the process, because it goes to a grand jury. Now, do you know if they're going to be transparent with you, or you don't, and how much you think they can or will reveal?
Well, I think they can. They can do what they want. We do cases all across America, and the district attorney and the governmental authorities have the authority to release information as they so deem to release it. Don Lemon, they could be transparent, or they can say, well, we're not going to release anything until the grand jury. And then that means we don't know when we're going to see it, because nobody knows when they're going to conclude their report. And in George Floyd and Breonna Taylor cases like that, where you had governmental authorities trying to be transparent, they would release information to try to build public trust. What are they going to do in Mississippi? We do not know if they're going to release it. They may say, we're not going to release anything at all until the grand jury, and the grand jury might convene. You just never know.
You said the grand jury might convene. You cut out for a second, Ben.
They can convene anytime the district attorney's office says that we've completed our investigation. It's all up to them. It could be next week. It could be 2 or 3 months. We have no control over when the grand jury is convened and when the district attorney decides to release information.
Why did it take Mississippi so long to present these results? And do you know why they've been so quiet?
Hold up. We know why. Because they covering up shit. Now they around here trying to say Nolan was on drugs. One newsman say a young teenager was highly drunk, highly intoxicated on the 4th of July and accidentally drowned. You got news people saying this. But they weren't saying this shit before. They weren't saying that stuff before. But now all of a sudden, he was drowning. He on drugs. If it do come back that he experimented with some drugs, young people do that. And I told y'all, people do that because people, I don't know, people just do it. They just do it. They want to see everybody, like they be having a good time. I guess you just want to see, you want to have a good time too. You know, when people at parties and stuff, they do some everything. Some people might do stuff and they never do it no more. Nolan was on drugs and other alcohol, so was all the other boys. Exactly, Miss Duncan. And we know these are young kids. We know these are young kids. And young white kids, they like to experiment with cocaine. Because, you know, that come from cocaine been around, booger sugar. I'm going to say booger sugar. Booger sugar been around a long time. That's one drug that's been back there. Elvis Presley, Alice Ness, all that, the untouchable. That's how long that drug been around. And, and most, Nolan don't look like he can get hold of drugs. He looked like that type. If they do find cocaine in his blood, which I believe they're going to find something because they want to find something anyway. But that still don't make no excuse. Hey, Dr. J, that still don't make no excuse why he DEAD. Okay?
I don't want to speculate. I know oftentimes they would offer that they're waiting for toxicology. So why it took as long as it did, but we hope that they will be transparent with us because as Dr. Mitchell, who conducted the independent autopsy at the behest of the family, Don Lemon, articulated, he shared that he would not be able to tell if the airways were obstructed, if the lungs were filled with water, because by the time he got Nolan's body, the organs had already been dissected. And so he would have to dig in on the opposite.
Okay. And they knew this, y'all. They knew this. They knew what to take out of Nolan's body. But if it ain't no cover up, why is these organs going out this baby body? I'm telling you, they knew everything. Grandpa knew everything. They knew that this boy, he got murdered. Let's say, allegedly, he got murdered. And Grandpa knew how to hide it. He knew what organ to take out of Nolan's body. Why his body parts are missing? If y'all didn't take his life. I don't care what accidentally or whatever. And everything I say over here is allegedly including my name. But why is those body parts are missing? And we want to know why they're missing. And we don't want to hear no static talking about accidentally and ain't nothing happened. No. We know something happened because you took his organs. We ain't going to let this one. We can't sit down and watch this because this been going on a long time. They just getting caught. This time.
of the state medical examiner who would have gotten Nolan's body immediately once they recovered it.
I want to ask you, so that's the only way that you're going to know if the independent autopsy and the state autopsy, if they indeed match up with each other. So two questions. That's the only way you're going to know. So one would think that they'd have to be transparent, or at least they'd want to, so that you can combine the two, because they'd want to get to the bottom of it. If there's some discrepancy with one or the other, that can be really, beneficial to finding out what happened to Nolan. And so what happens if the results in Mississippi don't align with the evidence shown so far? That's that's a big deal.
Yeah, and oftentimes, Don, you do find that you have differences in autopsies. I know I've handled several cases where the state medical examiner concludes one thing and an independent medical examiner concludes another. And then you have to put it before a grand jury and they decide. Or even more profound, the matter then goes to an actual jury trial, and whether it's criminal.
They know that grand jury is not going to be in the favor of Nolan. And I just feel like that, y'all. I wish I could feel different, but Miss Loretta, they picked the right grand jury. They're going to pick those people. And we know. And this going to be sad because his mama and daddy may not never know what really happened to Nolan. Because I know already that grand jury probably already been picked. They can say what the hell they want to say. But it's a cover up. It's a cover up. And I know that grand jury ain't going to be in favor of Nolan. I just feel like they not.
No, proceeding or not, or civil proceeding. And so it really is about what you said, trying to be transparent with one another and seeing if we can figure out why you get these conclusions. And remember this, Don, autopsy is not the end all. It's still other factors that are important as well. Remember, Dr. Roger Mitchell said, even if the conclusion is he died from a drowning, then the questions become, what was the condition of his body before he entered the water? Was he conscious or was he unconscious? Was he forced into the water or was he not forced into the water? So all of these become very important variables as you look at it. And I'm saying this, and I'm here with Christine and Elmore as we go to Cincinnati, Ohio, to speak to a lot of young people, high school students and so forth at the Omega Conclave Convention. I'm sensitive. We're talking about autopsy, and I know this gets a little emotional.
Well, that's why I want to ask Miss Christine, who's there, and Mr. Elmore there as well. Miss Christine, thank you so much.
I'm gonna hand the phone to Christine.
Okay. I know that it's difficult for you to listen to this, and I was keenly aware that you're in the background and you're having to deal with this. I wrote something this morning in my newsletter, and I said that, you have been wanting transparency around this. First of all, good morning. Thank you for joining us. But you have been wanting transparency around this. But hearing the actual words and the results or whatever, that is extremely difficult. You want transparency, but then to be able to hear it is heart-wrenching. It's really a double-edged sword.
It is. And honestly, it's one of those things when we're sitting in it, because we have not been able to fully grieve, right? So there's a bit of disassociation that occurs. And I too have to just always take a moment to step back and be like, okay, however it goes, right? Like it has to in some way, like it has to be accepted. But again, I can't fully accept the answers and things that were told to us at the beginning because it was too soon. There was no investigation. Stories did not align. And so for people to say, hey, why can't you just accept it as a drowning and be done, and those things that have occurred. But
that's what they thought she was gonna do. They thought that they was just gonna walk away. Okay, it was a drowning. Okay, but no, it was not just a drowning. If Nolan drowned, out of all those people on that island, why they ain't see Nolan little ass in the water? I mean, something that snatched him up, just snatched Nolan up. Some just came up out the sky and snatched this little ass up. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Y'all know what we smell over here? Bull it. Bull it, baby. Y'all know what we smelling over here. So Nola just dissed the goddamn pill. That's what they want us to believe. That Nolan didn't get on that boat. Nolan got on that boat, y'all.
That's why we needed that independent autopsy. We needed to make sure that whatever was found was true. But of course, when you don't have the complete picture, that also, kind of makes you question even more, like, what exactly are we dealing with? And we need that. Like, my husband and I, our family, we need those questions answered.
When you got the news at the autopsy,
all us do, who got black sons, who got black grandsons, we need that answer. All black American people, we need that answer. Because y'all want to say Nolan drowned, but why ain't nobody see him drown? Every day, maybe because he was a little black boy or something. Oh, just let the waves take him. And he all right. Somebody would have seen him. Somebody would have went after him. Somebody would have tried to save him.
For the state autopsy was done, what went through what was that like for you? What did you think?
I said, oh, wow. But then again, like Attorney Crump said, the DA did reach out. Actually, I had texted the victim's advocate, Amanda, saying, hey, were there any updates for the autopsy? I know the coroner told us it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the toxicology report to come back, which I know that was kind of the main thing they were stressing. And so then I think that afternoon, so today is what? So I think that was maybe a day or two ago, the DA had called and I missed the call. And by the time I saw it, it was too late and I wasn't going to call her at 9:00 because I've had to change the settings on my phones because of the harassing phone calls I've been getting.
I want to talk to you about all of that. But just one more thing before we go into that.
She getting phone calls. That's a goddamn shame. That's a shame, y'all.
With Ben about transparency, what are you hoping from Mississippi, whoever's releasing this information, whether it be the medical examiner's office, the state, or the DA? What would you like from them? You want to hear everything, I'm sure.
I would like for everyone to just do their job. I would like for everyone to treat this as if this was their child or their family member and give us the same honesty, transparency, and respect that they would expect for them or their family.
That's
Amen.
right.
Now, can we talk about the other stuff? Do you mind?
Hold on. If that was Donald Trump, little boy out there, this investigation would went a whole nother way. We would have had everything. If that was Donald Trump, one of his little boys hanging with a bunch of black boys, but we know that'll never happen. But I'm just saying, shut your eyes and think that little Nolan belongs to Donald Trump. This bullshit wouldn't be going on. His organ would not be missing out of his body. If they start covering up the day that boy lost his life on that boat, from the autopsy to the phone calls and everything. Now, if he left with those other people, why y'all taking shit out of his body? This is truly a cover-up.
You went there, so I feel like I can go there. because I've been bothered by it. We've been reporting on it. It's disgusting. I'm going to start with one thing, and then I'll talk about the harassment of you, especially as a mother and then as a medical professional. And I know you take your profession very seriously when you said, "I love everybody, black, white, red, green. It does not matter." So do not get that wrong. And you've always had really good reviews. But I want to talk about this blaming the victim and smearing the victim. The reports that we've been hearing. No, Nolan was drinking. He was doing this. And he was doing that.
Yeah.
Why? I guess we know why they're doing it, but I want to know what your assessment is, how you feel about that. Because let's just say that he was. I'm not saying that he was. Let's just saying that whatever he was doing, that doesn't mean that you have to die. And that doesn't mean he was the only one.
Exactly.
And what do you think young people do? On my senior trip, I was, out there, right? So, just saying, kids have fun. So what does that have to do with anything? That's what I don't understand. What's your assessment on
Just
this?
ignore their asses tonight.
Court center.
Maybe they'll learn something. It ain't no different. It ain't no black thing. Ain't no white thing. We know a young man went out on the 4th of July with his friends, and he didn't come back home. And then if he's drowned out there, somebody would have seen him drowned. It's impossible for somebody to miss a young man struggling out there in the water, fighting that damn water, trying to save his life. You meant to tell me they got waves that snatch your ass up and don't nobody see you struggling? You meant to tell me a wave snatched Nolan up and he couldn't control it and he wasn't hollering? You meant to tell me he ain't make no sound or nothing? Like somebody from another planet just came and picked this damn baby up and boom, he gone. Huh? What? And then they bring him back the next day on the goddamn ground, DEAD, dead. Y'all want us to believe this stupid ish. Y'all want us to be ignorant because y'all try to call black people ignorant anyway, but baby, y'all have got away with a lot of shit. Crazy. Why your meeting? Yeah, he ain't let him work himself to death. I ain't got time for these stupid ass people. Ain't nobody that damn stupid to believe that this boy just went on his merry way and some way he just went walking and he just got caught up in a deep wave and took his ass on out there. Everybody knows it's a cover up. Everybody know. They know it's a cover up.
Feel like that is a way, which we've seen this before, right? Pattern recognition. We've seen this where things have happened, especially when we talk about the black community. And, after the death, it's a smear campaign. It's, what can we find out about this person? What can we say? And, that's something, my family and I, especially my husband and I, we definitely do not appreciate. But, we can't fight everyone that wants to have an opinion.
Exactly.
But also, too, it's
like
part of
my chat right now.
Society that has been allowed to occur, which is it's gut-wrenching at best. Because if you were in our situation, how would you feel if there were millions of people who are saying, oh, hey, well, he was at an island, he was heavily drunk. And again, even with the drinking, there are so many conflicting stories.
Okay.
Only because I have spoken with adults who knew Nolan very well, coaches that were out there. One in particular, I think he told me he saw Nolan somewhere between like 2:45 and 3:30. He was like, Christine, yeah, we talked for a while. We talked about college. We talked about his life, his plans. And he was like, he was perfectly fine. Because I think it had bothered him too that there was this narrative of, oh, he was sloppy drunk. Like that's, and it started at the very beginning. It was, oh, he was sloppy drunk. And I'm like, but was he though? Or is this a narrative that you guys want to use to kind of have us just accept that it was a drowning?
Mm-hmm. Are you prepared for whatever it is? I know that's tough. That's a yes and no question.
Honestly, it's hard to be prepared in any way with the way we have been thrusted onto the national stage and just kind of everything. And it's going to take a long time. So even, God willing, when we do get honest, transparent answers, right? even when we get those answers, it's still going to take a moment, not even a moment, it's still going to take a while for us to digest and really accept that. Because again, and this is just me now speaking from a medical standpoint, we're kind of stuck in one of the stages of grief because we don't have answers. And that's the thing people don't understand. Everyone grieves differently. You hit those stages of grief at different times, and sometimes you feel like they might go on at the same time. But right now, we're kind of just stuck, and we can't move forward because we don't have answers.
Okay.
So when you talk about all the things that have been spread, there is this officer, I hate mentioning his name, a former officer who's a far right wing, who's been doing the interviews and has been saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on Brandon Tatum. No.
Tater Bug.
I respect that. And that's the right answer for everybody, I believe. And I feel like, because I mentioned him, I'm like, why did I even mention him? Because he doesn't deserve a platform.
No, he does not.
So let's talk about the people, the young men that he's been interviewing. They're saying they're his best friends. Some of them you said that you don't know. One of them even said, "Oh, Nolan would be outraged by the way his parents are handling this." And I'm like, wait, what? Like, why on earth would somebody go on and say that about a grieving family? But
again, distraction. We're not even going to address them or that man. It's.
Shout out to that sister right there. Shout out. Don't even address the foolishness, because that's what the hell it is. It's everywhere. When we say Nolan, here they come. Here they come. It's everywhere. And you know something? We're going to keep on saying it. We're going to keep on talking about it. And I don't care what the autopsies say. We not going to accept no bullshit. We want to know the truth. But we already know the truth. There's a certain culture that I ain't that all this culture bullshit. I'm telling you, you got the wrong auntie, baby.
We only want the truth. Again, at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it like I've been saying it. The only question we have is what happened to Nolan. That's right, what we need to know. That's it. That's all.
That's right.
Dad.
Shout out to that.
Dad, you've been here. We saw you yesterday with not only speaking up for your son, but for others as well who have been involved in mysterious deaths. That was a very emotional moment for you, and the vulnerability I saw there. What do you want to say to folks who are your wife is getting, threats, she's being harassed, those families have been treated like they're a nuisance by police departments, according to the reporting. What do you want to say to America about this?
Like my wife said, just from a parent standpoint, we just want to know what happened. We want a fair and thorough investigation, just like the other families, because we hurt just like them. If this was their children, they would want to know. They would want to go to every resource they can get to the ends of the world to find out what happened. So that's all we're doing. We're not accusing anyone. We just want to know what happened to our son, because it doesn't add up. Times don't add up, stories don't add up, and it just doesn't. So we just want a fair and thorough investigation so we can grieve properly, because we can't, because there are so many answers, but so many questions that are not answered.
I don't know if you want to respond to this, or Ben or Christine. The father of one of the young men who's been speaking out has put up a $50,000 reward reportedly. What do you think of that, Ben or Elmore or Christine?
Yeah, so we are happy with anybody who wants to share the objective to get into the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells. So we applaud it and we say, yeah, let's all work together to get answers, because as we've said continuously down limit, adamantly, somebody saw something, somebody knows something. I mean, and that's what you want, are answers.
That's right.
Ben, yes, we all do want answers in this. Can you talk to us about that press conference yesterday? Because it's not just, and all of them 18 years old, these young people, right? There was a very emotional press conference with the family and the grandmother. You chose to highlight that at the Urban League. Tell us why.
you know, I am so thankful that Christine and Elmore, Nolan's
All right,
parents,
cousin, watch your mouth.
were open to being able to use the attention that
Your ass be
they have been blessed with in the loss of their son to try to help other 18-year-old black boys who were lost in similar manner as Nolan. Don Lemon, you and I have been doing this for years, where you use your platforms to give, you know, a voice to those who don't have a voice. And when you saw that press conference yesterday, you saw two families completely devastated, where you had that 18-year-old black boys, three families, all in search of the truth, coming together about what really happened to their children. You had Daniel Irvin, who, like Nolan, they're saying it was an accidental drowning, even though his mother said he was on the swim.
Oh, wait a minute. Accident my ass. Ain't nothing accident about this. Ain't nothing accident about this. Okay? John, ain't nothing accident about it. Have a way to make their story look like they want to. That's y'all. Y'all been covering up shit for years and years and years. As soon as the black people know something about it, the laws change and every damn thing else, okay?
And the fact that he was, you know, on a fishing trip or something with two other white teenagers, he allegedly accidentally drowns, and then they throw away his cell phone, they throw away his clothes, and they delete all their text messages with him. And his mother, Tamika, is out of her mind trying to say, where's my baby? And after 4 days and all-out search where the activist community and everybody are getting involved, then one of the young men and his parents come forward and say, well, he accidentally drowned and we were scared, so we got rid of evidence and, you know, we are sorry. And so they're charged with tampering with evidence that they lied about. And his mother, Tamika, is saying, if you lied about his cell phone, you lied about throwing away his clothes, you lied about deleting text messages, then how can we believe you when you say he accidentally drowned when my son was a swimmer? And the fact that the Dallas Police Department took 3 months, even after they confessed to doing all of this, Don Lemon, before they did anything. And she adamantly believes that it was because of Nolan Wells that they finally arrested them for tampering with evidence. She didn't think they were going to do anything. And this was just this black mother by herself just fighting down. Nobody gave them any attention in the media and stuff. And so that's what this is about, trying to make sure people know our children's lives matter too. And then, Don, Tyler Smith in Lexington, Kentucky. I mean, on 4th of July, this is the same day that Nolan goes missing. Her son, Lindsay Smith's son, Tyler, is at the house celebrating 4th of July, and he's the only black person there. And he somehow ends up shot in the head, dead.
Wow.
911 is called, the police come, and then they say they were playing Russian roulette, that it was an accidental shooting, that he shot himself. And the police didn't on his hands or anybody's hands. They just take their word for it.
You said no gunshot residue test because you cut out. The police didn't do a gunshot residue test, right? And then when she said, when they told the grandmother and they asked, you know, how do you know it was an accidental or whatever? And she said, because they said so, the people with him. That's not an investigation.
That's not an investigation, but thank God for that courageous black grandmother who refused to say, no, I'm not going to just let y'all sweep my grandson death under the rug. She kept asking for the gunshot residue. She kept arguing. So they took a gun that was there at the scene that they said was what he used to kill himself. And they then did an analysis. Down limit, they found out that the casings did not match that gun. And so then they had to investigate everybody who was at the house. Nobody volunteered anything. They went 7 days later to a young man's house, surrounded it, and then finally he came out and offered the gun and said, "This is the gun that he shot himself with." And you would think they would say, "Hold on, why didn't you tell us this the day we went to the house? Why did you tamper with evidence? Why did you take evidence away from the scene?" They only charged him with tampering with evidence. They still have not charged anybody with killing Tyler Smith, even though if you didn't do anything wrong, why would you take the gun from the scene of the alleged shooting? And so it's just god awful. And, you know, we have to continue to stay on that. I think all of these cases, we're going to find the answers out to what happened, Don. We're going to find it out. 3 18-year-old black boys.
Oh my God.
Ben, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I have to ask you some legal questions here because it's part of the story, and I want to debunk stuff that's not true.
Yep.
So there have been reports of legal maneuvering from the mom, the parents, to open up the estate, to investigate, possibly sue people who are for misinformation. Are those things true? Do you want to talk about that?
Certainly. Don, as you know, we're not law enforcement, so to get subpoena power and information, we have to have a legal apparatus. So, state in Nolan Wells' name, and because we have to do that.
Can you back up a little bit? You cut out. I'm sorry, back up just a little bit. I want everybody to hear this. Pardon me.
Yeah, let's be clear. Because we're not law enforcement, we're private entities, and we have to use certain legal apparatuses that are available to us. One such thing is we open up estates, which, as we all know, is the only entity that can speak for somebody once they are deceased. And so his mother is over his estate. But once we get the estate open down limit, that then gives us the right to be able to subpoena people and entities and corporations to preserve evidence, to preserve information. So that's why we sent those subpoenas out, because we want that evidence to be preserved, because we don't know what is going to be relevant and not relevant, but we don't want it to be destroyed or lost. And so we want to look at the phone records. We want to look at the social media records. We want to look at the text messages.
Send out some super stickers or something. You see how they sending out shit to Don Limo? And he been saying yell and yell all, you know, send auntie some super stickers or something. Do something good for me, okay? Since y'all want to run up in here and say this. Now, the next comment, besides my moms and my regular auntie baby boogie wiggies, I'm not gonna read it unless it's on the damn super sticker, okay?
Where the information is going to lead us. We don't know.
Super sticker started at $1.99, 99 cents, okay?
For the truth. And based on that, then we will do things that are necessary to get some measure of justice for Nolan Wells' family. We hope and pray that we can find out the answers as to what happened to Nolan, and that the district attorney and the government authorities would do what is appropriate based on the evidence that is ascertained. We want to make sure that this is treated just as if it was anybody's child that was taken, that you will say we want equal justice. And as I said over and over again, I am for truth, no matter who it implicates or who it exonerates. I am for justice, no matter who it convicts or who it acquits. We are for transparency so everybody can see.
Amen.
And the question you were asked yesterday about the father of one of the young men saying that you somehow slandered his son and he's looking at suing.
I don't even know. I don't even know who he is. It's a Distraction down. I don't even recall calling any of those young men's names ever out of my mouth. But it's a
I don't recall
distraction.
it either. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not going to be distracted.
So I will say to the parents, while we're here, Mr. Elmore, do you have anything else that you want to say? You know, transparency from the DA's office, from the state of Mississippi, for what your family's dealing with?
Okay, let me read some of these comments in here. My point being that they need this win. Hey, what is a fucking win? Hey, this ain't no game we playing out here. So what is you talking about, Jeremy? After Carmelo, they will do anything to justify racism. Racism, and we all mix and we all because of skin color. Let me tell you something. On that case right there, I already said that I didn't support Carmelo on that because he didn't have to kill that boy. He didn't have to have a weapon. Okay? He got to do a little time, but that woman will never see her son again. And like I said, Miss Loretta is not prejudiced. Now, I know a lot of people wanted to make that, but I was on, well, if you want to make a division of it, I was on the white people's side with that one. Because this woman lost a child. She lost her child. It don't matter what color it was. Carmelo did not fight fair. He didn't have to cut that boy with nothing. He didn't have to do that. He went too damn far. And that's why I tell y'all to talk to your kids all the time. Sit down and have that conversation. Let your kids know. You know, fighting and killing is two different goddamn things. Fighting and killing is two different things. And y'all get the lights up. I appreciate y'all. And show some damn love too. Because we ain't got time for the bull. I'm going to give out some memberships. Let me see. Okay, let me see what Dad had to say.
Parent and a fair investigation. We want to know answers. And until that's on the side, we can agree.
Mom?
Oh.
Once again, if there is anyone who has original photos, videos, if you saw something, please contact the hotline. Just so we again can get the answers that we are desperately searching for. And if you really are Nolan's friend, and you saw something, you need to call. You absolutely need to call, because at the end of the day, if it were you and your parents, I'm sure they would be doing the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Christine. Thank you, Ben. Ben, just can you hand the phone? Ben, thank you. And I really appreciate you joining us. And I want to make sure that you said everything. Yeah.
$2.99.
Hopefully, we're going to have more breaking news on Lexington, Kentucky. I think some people are about to tell us what really happened in that house with Tyler Smith. We'll keep you informed.
Thank you, Benjamin Crump, Elmore, and Christine Wansley. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don Lemon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. So there you go. And that's what you get here on the Don Lemon Show, on the Don Lemon Channel. And that's what happens in independent journalism. We don't have to have interviews where they're sitting down, everybody's perfectly lit and whatever.
Okay, that's the interview about the autopsy. So we don't know if we're going to ever hear about it. But he's going to explain it to y'all. Because it got to go through, get rid of Jeremy, whatever. It got to go through, you know, the grand, whatever, I don't know. Y'all know this a whole bunch of cover-up shit. You know, come on. Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. This is cover-up. Hey, let me let y'all finish listening to this. Oh, shit. Did I take it out?
1,000.
Commercial.
And Christine Wansley, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don Lemon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. So there you go. And that's what you get here on the Don Lemon Show, on the Don Lemon Channel. And that's what happens in independent journalism. We don't have to have interviews where they're sitting down, everybody's perfectly lit and whatever. Do you know how much information you got out of that as they are on their way trying to figure out what they're going to do next.
If they
That's
done,
what really independent journalism is about. We can change on a second and report
I
things.
should have been a
Just before the show, we happened to,
journalist.
I reached out and said, hey, what's going on with the autopsy? He said, we're in a Sprinter. I said, well, let's do an interview. He goes, we're in a Sprinter. We're going. I said, that's what we want. So thank you to the family. Thank you for them. Look, anybody would want in this situation. They are 100% right. Anybody would want answers.
Yes.
Any person, any family in this position would want answers from what happened to their loved one. They would want answers about what happened to their loved one.
That's all.
And we are getting answers for you because we are journalists. Now, there are some things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about with one of the people out there whose name, maybe I shouldn't even mention their name, because that was such a great interview and that was actually informative rather than distracting and divisive, right? But we're going to talk more about this case. We're going to talk more about this story. We have some other details, breaking news details. Make sure you hit the like and the thumbs up because it is very important to the health of this channel. You're not going to get it anywhere else. If you are not a member, become a member. And if you are a member, you can also gift memberships as well. And make sure you check out our newsletter.
Did y'all hear that? If you're not a member, become a member. I appreciate you. And I give out members every week to show my support, what y'all done did for me during the week. I cannot pick the members out, but that's the way I show love back to my channel. Okay? Now, if you're new over here, that's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. If you get a membership, make sure you keep your membership up, okay?
That we wrote about this, we told you we were going to do it, and we deliver on our promises. The Lucky Lemon 7 newsletter every single morning. 7 things that you need to know before you start your day. And as we started today, look at what we said. Good morning. I have been thinking about Nolan Wells' parents this morning. Imagine waiting all these weeks, asking for answers, asking for transparency, wanting someone to tell you what happened to your son. And then the day finally comes when you may hear those answers. We all say we want the truth, of course we do, but sometimes the answers are the hardest part. And so we go on. And then I said their attorney, Benjamin Crump, is scheduled to join us on Hot Topics at 10 this morning. And we're going to ask him what he knows, what the family has been told, and what, if anything, he can share. I hope today gives this family a little more clarity. I also know clarity doesn't always bring comfort. We deliver on our promises, and you got it right here. So thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it. More to come on this story that you don't want to miss. But first, a word from our sponsors.
All right. We're going to end it right there. But the thing is, let me play this one right here where DL drag his ass. I got to play this, y'all. I love DL.
All he doesn't pay for cart wranglers, no savings go to
Hey,
you.
Bob, whatever his name.
We have climbing gym.
Oh, DL is dragging his ass. Officer Tater Bub. I say Tater Bub, whatever, Uncle Tom. I call him Mr. Uncle Tom. You know, we got Mr. Uncle Tom over here. You know, he just talking about, oh, y'all, how y'all Uncle Tom, Mr. Uncle Tom. You know, they ain't help, you know, always come out here trying to put his own race down. You can tell when a black man hate that they black. Let's listen to some of this, y'all.
On it is capture the hearts of the nation. But I want to ask you, you went in on Brandon Tatum. And I spoke to the mom today in an exclusive interview. This is what she had to say about Brandon Tatum. So when you talk about all the things that have been spread, there is this officer, I hate to mention his name, a former officer who is a far right wing, who's been doing the interviews and has been saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on Brandon Tatum.
Come on, girl, because he ain't working.
I respect that. And that's the right answer for everybody, I believe. And I feel like, because I mentioned him, I'm like, why did I even mention him? Because he doesn't deserve a platform.
No, he does not.
Okay,
so I can understand why the mom doesn't want to. But DL, you had some choice words for him. Why is that?
Well, I think he's indicative of the unremarkable black men that the right adores. They pick black men like they pick dogs, things that make them comfortable. I think Brandon Tatum was an officer. He was a failed football player. That didn't work out. He was an officer in Tucson for 6 years. That didn't work out, and now he's an influencer. And I think what his stock and trade seems to be is no matter what black person is involved with what, to automatically take the other side. I've heard him denigrate Harriet Tubman. I've heard him denigrate Rosa Parks. And so this is par for the course. And I think the sad thing about a man like him is they make you keep your title. Like whether you're Sheriff Clark or whether you're Colonel Moore, Adams, or whether you're, they always make you keep your title as if it gives you more gravitas, more weight. Now, the one thing that Brandon Tatum isn't is a detective. He doesn't call himself Detective Tatum. And the only black person that they don't think their formal title gives them weight to is President Obama. You don't ever call him President Obama. They just call him Obama. And I just think Brandon Tatum is this is a true story. I'm not even trying to denigrate this kid, but he's the kind of unremarkable man. The only reason I know who he is because I got a coon alert, literally. And so I think he is a failed football player, a mediocre. It was a mediocre cop. And it's been wrong pretty much. Like he is the guy who thought Sandra Massey, and by the way, her murderer, the police officer who murdered her in Ohio, came up for parole and it was denied, or probation. It was denied today. But he thought that Sandra Massey acted so suspiciously that it was tantamount to her death warrant, that she should have been killed. Ironically, he doesn't think that any of these boys acted so suspiciously that they should be questioned.
Well, you mentioned someone who has qualifications that should be called as President Obama, but when they call him, you're right, they don't say president. Either say Obama or Barack Hussein Obama, right? They make sure to put the emphasis on Hussein. Let's talk about that word, because I said, as I responded to him, my response to him was, some things just fall in your lap. I don't even have to deal with it because my friend D.L. Hughley has dealt with it on Uncertain, and I played your response. But the word that you said that you got that coon alert is what I've been hearing from a lot of people, and not just black people. And I said, I don't think he even sees himself, or maybe he does and he doesn't care, D.L.
Well, here's the thing. It's always somebody in that role. He'll go the same road as Candace Owens or Larry Elder or Armstrong Williams. You never see that they don't have a long shelf life because they all repeat the same things. Their job is to, I call them fabuloso, because all they do is take the stench of white people's racism. So they can call them niggeloso. I just think that their career will age like avocado, because their stock and trade is being able to say is to give credence to white lies. And I think for a man that doesn't, the only time that man thinks that racism is involved is when somebody says something he thinks is racist, or if it's racist towards him. So either it doesn't exist or it does. No one is saying, by the way, we couldn't know what happened to that young man, but I do know this, that black people are right to be suspicious of Mississippi. They're right to be suspicious of Mississippi. Okay. It took 31 years for Medgar Evers, killers to be brought to justice. It took, they've been systematically poisoning the black people of Jackson, Mississippi since the 60s through their water supply. A 1-year-old boy was killed not even a month and a half ago, and we don't know what happened there. There were 215 black men that were discovered in a pauper's grave behind a sheriff department in Mississippi in 2025. There was a FedEx driver that was shot at by a father and a son, and the judge dismissed the case in 2025 without prejudice. As a matter of fact, Mississippi just abolished slavery within the last 15 years. So we're right to be suspicious of people who are dubious when it comes to black lives.
Mm-hmm. And it's suspicious of the system they operate.
And my daddy always, I told y'all, and I said this story. My daddy told me when he used to do shine back there in the day, Al Capone days, when alcohol was not legal, and he used to be running the shine, and he literally drove through Mississippi, and that's the first time in his life he seen black men hanging from the damn trees. And I don't told y'all this before. Hanging from the trees, Mississippi. My daddy and my mama used to sit on the front porch, tell her story, say, don't never live in Mississippi in your life. And both of them from Georgia. And they moved to Florida because South Florida was a little better. But yes, Mississippi been like this. Do you see the property still in Mississippi? You got people in Mississippi still got outdoor toilets. Ain't got no running water. Have y'all ever just looked up the hood in Mississippi? It's right here on the YouTube. It's right here on the YouTube channel. You can pull it up. The housing condition. I mean, black people just don't care, and the white people damn sure don't care. They don't care. The gangs and all of that. It's a whole lot of shit in Mississippi. Just gone, because a lot of the young ones just join gangs and shit. Hold on, y'all. Let me finish playing down.
Talking about the state of Mississippi and the history, and the history will show you, right, determines partially and a lot, in many ways, the present.
Yes, I don't think that Mississippi has an interest in improving or disassociating itself from that image because they're acting so familiar. I don't think anybody, I think the only reason we know anything is because black people hadn't let it go. I think you because Ben Crump and Al Sharpton are there, brought a lot of attention to it. I think you have the black woman in Texas who scrubbed the audio so we could hear what they were saying to Nolan. I think the mother and her sister had to find his phone. So black people have done the leg and detective work and keeping this in the forefront. You really trying to tell me that Mississippi, that if there weren't so much attention brought to this, that they would be acting with any level of alacrity? They would. I firmly believe it. And the one thing, I don't know whether those boys had anything to do with that or not, but I think the problem that I'm having, and I think a lot of people having, I don't know who did what to who, but I know there was not one friend in the bunch. Not one person was a friend. Not one was a friend.
Yeah,
they call themselves teammates. They call themselves. Yeah, they can call themselves teammates. They can call themselves. They can call acquaintances. They can say we were cool. They can never. Not one of them. There was not one friend in that boat, in that space, or on that island. There was not one friend.
You ever look around at the way the world works and you think, now who does that?
No, it wasn't no friend. Let me tell you something. Because if they was his friend, thank you for the blessing. I appreciate you so much. If they was his effing friend, and the mothers. They've been knowing little no ever since he been little. He been coming over to our house, and him and my little boy just play together all the time. They just play together all the time. But where the hell you was when the day they was burying little no? Oh, little no, we just love him so much. He just come over all the time. They've been playing together ever since they've been fucking little. But the thing is, all of this and all of this and all of that, y'all wasn't at their goddamn funeral. Why y'all was not at the damn funeral, okay? Y'all ain't show up. If y'all love the little no, like y'all say, the boys say y'all call him no for nigga, no nigga, no nigga. That's what that means, y'all. If I see Auntie Loretta, no for no nigga.
Of a certain age, and I'm glad you brought up to Brandon Tatum. Like, you've been doing this for 40 years. Everybody knows who you are, and your career is still going strong. Because I'm out with you. We're filling arenas, so I think enough said. That's the case closed right there. But there's a difference between an acquaintance or someone you know or you're friendly with than an actual friend. Because if I was on an island and you didn't have a way back, I would say, dude, you need to get your ass on this boat because we gotta go, and you don't have a way off, right? I'm gonna make sure you're in there.
I remember years ago there was a.
You would say, hey, get your ass on this boat right now. If he had not came on his back on the boat, since that's your friend. And you know he was drinking, and you know he was intoxicated. So friends don't leave friends who are intoxicated. Friends don't leave friends like that. Hey, wake up. I'll never leave one of my friends intoxicated. Ain't no way. and you think I'm gonna drive off with their damn phone? Ain't no way. I'm gonna say, get your ass in this goddamn car, get your ass on this boat, let's go. You been drinking. Especially if he was drinking heavily, like y'all say, he was drinking so heavily, so that was your friend, you would have made his ass get on the boat. And number one, number two, if that was your friend that you love so much, you didn't think we left Nola out there in a bad condition. Nola drinking, Nola stumbling all over Katie. He was supposed to been cradle, y'all. He supposed to been cradle Katie. He was cradling her, little lying little fucker sitting out there. He was cradling Katie. He was cradling her. So Nola was cradling Katie, and Nola was drinking. Nola was drunk. So make Nolan get his black ass on the boat. Make Nolan get his black ass on the boat. Why Nolan look pretty ass wasn't on the boat? If he did get on the boat and you were so concerned about Nolan, you would have been calling. You would have been ring, Miss Christine. Nolan wouldn't get back on the boat. And I'm so afraid because we all been drinking, having a good time. So I don't know what's going to happen. You would have been real concerned if that was your friend that you love, because that's what friends do. Friends don't let friends drink and drive. Friends don't leave friends on a goddamn island drinking, evidently.
Driving commercial, and Stevie Wonder was doing the "Don't Drive Drunk." Remember that? Stevie Wonder had that. Stevie Wonder, he'd have drove home before he left you there by yourself.
Hell yeah.
Stevie Wonder could see that they weren't friends, or what an actual friend is. But so considering all of that, why doesn't this former officer guy, see that? Why doesn't he know the history of Mississippi and he know the natural suspicion that people have of Mississippi? Let me just get this in, Dio. The natural suspicion that people have of Mississippi and what it means. You know what a pick-me is, right, Dio?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so why would they choose that black guy to go in to defend them? And why would that black guy go in on a story like this, the only black to defend white people? I think that also speaks for itself of something else that's that's at hand here.
A big black strong dude, if he ain't on the football field or running a play on the football field, he's running his mouth for them. The only way that they're going to talk to him out of all the people is because he made them comfortable. And even the things that he said, I mean, even with Nancy Grace, I mean, you have Miss Rachel and Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace has been a successful prosecutor. She's prosecuted over 100 felony cases. She sees something there, and Brandon Disgrace doesn't see anything. So it's I think it is what he. This man doesn't think that Charlie Kirk ever said anything racist. My prayer for this dude is that nothing ever befall his children, but if it does, he doesn't have to deal with a black man like him.
Let me play this real quick, since you mentioned it. Roll it, Andy.
Have the friends taken polygraphs?
Brandon.
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph, and from what was told to me that they all passed. And all of the ones that took a polygraph took one without a lawyer. And they cooperated with law enforcement. So from my understanding, everybody took a polygraph test. Why do you say that's from what you
understand? Did they tell you they took a poly and passed?
Yes, ma'am. They told me that they did it. I wasn't there. So that's what I'm saying from my understanding. They told me that all the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did it and cooperated with police. Warren also cooperated with police. I just believe he didn't take a lot to take the test, but Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So according to what they told me, they all took a lot to take test and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lot to take the test. It's not a traditional lot to take test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to if a person is lying. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lot to take the test. It's a different methodology. I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors in order to analyze the
So then
people
the
telling
answer
truth or
to
not.
did they take a polygraph would be no.
No. Thank you very much, Nancy Grace. Okay, so that, but he came back and said, no, it was a voice stress test or whatever. But I mean, he looked like an idiot right there.
Well, he looks like what of course, Nancy Grace. Brandon Tatum is used to being owned by white people, so that was par for the course. I think it's interesting that he was willing to take the word of these people to tell him what they had done and not, and was so willing to believe. He is spreading the rumor or saying that he has 100% proof that Nolan took cocaine. And so the same people told him they took a lie detector test. I obviously told him about cocaine. That's the thing. When you die, when you're black, when you die suspiciously, you don't just die once. They kill you over and over again. They kill your character. They kill your dreams. They kill people's idea of you. It is a mass murder because you die more than once. Ultimately, and even if they do find alcohol or drugs in the system, I guarantee you he got it from the white boys on that boat.
Hey!
I guarantee you he did.
What you say, Hooli? I guarantee you that's where the fuck he got it from. They brought it. He didn't bring it. They brought it. If they find that in his, Tatum actually did investigation. Keep listening to these. Okay. They brought it. If he got any shit in his system, they bought it. They bought it and they had it.
He didn't own the boat.
Hell yeah.
He didn't own one of those.
Hell no.
So this is all this woman wants and all everybody wants.
To 100 likes. 135 people and 100 likes.
What happened
She
to
wants
her
to know
son?
what happened to her son. But look, you bring that up, and I spoke to the mom in an exclusive interview, and she talked about. You said that they killed him more than once. And you believe that, or at least reputationally. But I understand what you're saying, and you're saying that Brandon Tatum is having a hand in that sort of reputational damage that they're doing. The mom responded to that. Watch.
We've seen this before, right? Pattern recognition. We've seen this where things have happened, especially when we talk about the Black community. And, after the death, it's a smear campaign. It's, what can we find out about this person? What can we say? And, that's something, my family and I, especially my husband and I, we definitely do not appreciate. But, we can't fight everyone that wants to have an opinion. But also, too, it's part of society that has been allowed to occur, which is it's gut-wrenching at best. Because if you were in our situation, how would you feel if there were millions of people who are saying, oh, hey, well, he was at an island, he was heavily drunk. And again, even with the drinking, there are so many conflicting stories.
Okay, he was heavily drunk. Oh, y'all seen him heavily drunk. But some kind of way he went in the water and there ain't nobody see his ass. But y'all kept saying he heavily drunk. He was heavily drunk. But where did the heavily drunk young man go? I mean, y'all was watching like a hawk. Did y'all see when he left? Somebody seen him. Now what you got to say here, sugar? What sucks is you can't trust video or audio because the A1, yes, in the frustration, the foster, but the new audio recording phone calls supposedly can hear easy dead. Oh my God! And yeah, and the operator who took that call tonight, she was on I think she was on Willie page. And she said that was the authentic, that was the real video. Saying that Tatum is based therefore his info BS nonsense. And, every Black people are based therefore no. Okay, baby, you all right, sugar. I ain't got time for
because I have spoken with adults who knew Nolan very well, coaches that were out there. One in particular, I think he told me he saw Nolan somewhere between like 2:45 and 3:30. He was like, Christine, we talked for a while. We talked about college. We talked about his life.
I'm not going to read no more comments unless they from the regular everyday people and my mobs and the membership. All y'all strangers, y'all want me to read your comment? You better send a super sticker because I ain't reading it no more.
Stuff, man. If you're gonna get drunk and get high, you're supposed to do it when you're young. You're supposed to do it when you're young. That's when you make mistakes. I'm not
Exactly.
advocating for that. I wouldn't be shocked if he had drugs in his system. I wouldn't be. But I think that it speaks to where we are as a society right now. We know what was in his system before we know what was on their phone.
Look at Don. He ain't on.
What's the difference between a northern tool and equipment pressure?
Look at Don. He ain't the only one falling down asleep. Woo, let's back it up. Let's back it up, boy. Let's come on. I'm telling y'all, these white people, they would do anything and say anything. You know, that's normal. You know, look who you hanging with. They didn't have nothing in common. I told y'all that earlier today. That's what happened when people do drugs. Look at Don. Hold on, y'all. Hold on for 1 second. Poor baby, he just tired than auntie. Look at this shit right here. Y'all check it out. Okay.
Talked for a while. We talked about college. We talked about his life, his plans, and he was like, he was perfectly fine.
So she's saying it bothered the coach, but she's saying it's bothering her. But my thing is, what do you think teenagers are doing on their senior trip?
Of course, and man, let me tell you something, man. If you're gonna get drunk and get high, you're supposed to do it when you're young. You're supposed to do it when you're young. That's when you make mistakes. I'm not advocating for that. I wouldn't be shocked if he had drugs in his system. I wouldn't be. But I think that it speaks to where we are as a society right now. Right. We know what was in his system before we know what was on their phone. Mm-hmm. We know more about him, and it's always the case. I don't care what happens. Why do I know what was in his system before I know what was on their phones, or who they talked to, or where they were located at? And every story those boys tell looks like an adult told them to. Everything they say. Like how you make these calls, those conversations, those dudes are those dumbass teenagers are not bright enough and sophisticated enough to say these things. They know damn well they kept that phone because a phone is a record. It's a technical record. It puts dates and places and things in proximity to other things. They know it. The parents know that. And then Brandon Tatum is going on about how come they didn't talk to the parents. Because why didn't you call me? Why did I have to come get my phone from you?
Okay.
Why haven't you been interested in talking to the police? I know what it's like to lose a friend, and I know what it's like for people to not want you to go to that funeral of that friend because of all the things that could happen. But I know this: if you love somebody, if you truly somebody's friend, there's nothing going to stop you from seeing them all. There's nothing going to stop you from doing the best you can to make sure that they didn't die in vain.
Amen.
So either we need to change the definition of friendship, or accept the fact that no one on that island acted like one. Out of all the things that happened, out of all the motives that are questioned, the one person I know for sure is innocent. The two people I know for sure is innocent. Is that young man's mother and father. Everybody else, I have no idea about. But I know they want to find out what's happening with their son.
You brought up something I thought was very interesting. You said, and you can clarify here because I'm paraphrasing. You said, why is it always black people, and even in this case, who are pressuring people to get to the truth? Is that am I qualifying that correctly?
Why did it take all of this? Why did it take multiple? When Natalie Holloway was missing, right? You remember that, right? One man's Natalie Holloway, another man's Nolan Wells. We saw that every single day, right? Nobody questioned their parents' motivation. Nobody wondered why her life mattered. Nobody talked about her being on a similar trip and what was in her system, right? We didn't do that. We, like everybody else, were concerned about that young girl and wanted her parents to get an answer. That's all we're asking. It's not an inconsistent thing to me. The way I felt about that young girl missing and parents being and the sympathy and empathy I felt for them, I think that the nation owes that woman, his mother and father, the same thing. It was a national story for weeks. Exactly. We knew names and dates and places and everything, and they turned over every stone, and rightfully so. And they didn't have the fatigue they seem to be exhibiting now.
DL, you look, I don't know people. We talked about our beginnings, friends. Then we fell out. I didn't fall out. You fell out, and which is fine. I don't ever.
Why you always trying to make it seem like you're better than me? Why you always trying to make it seem like you're better than me?
That's what You're just lucky that you didn't end up going to jail. That's luck. That's pure deep luck.
Well, I tell you what, one of us ain't.
The reason I keep asking you this and I keep going back to it because I think sometimes, like I said, when people can't see themselves, they're too close, they can't see the forest for the trees. I don't know if that is on purpose or they just don't care that they're grifting. It's a click, it's money, or maybe that's just their minds.
Okay. They wasn't his friends. They wasn't his friends beyond too damn trusting. And we always seek that trust because their history is like they think they are not supposed to fight black. Exactly. Yeah, anything that bad that happened to anybody or goes missing, anything like that make my soul cry. I can understand, we got feelings for each other. This is America. Wait, what about you? Okay, we ain't got no time for no foolishness in here. Okay, I want to answer. Why are you talking about lynching? I didn't say lynching. I say my daddy seen it, okay? All right.
But I don't ever remember you going in on any black person. You may have your disagreements with them. You may say a couple words, but you've never really gone to do an entire show about it. I want to play this and then we can talk. Here it is.
Let me just say this. I know people gonna clip this and get back, and I don't care. I really feel this way. I'm getting sick of black people. Right? I like the black people like me and others that are conservative, that smart, but the rest of y'all, I'm sick of y'all. It's hard to even want to be around black people, to be honest.
The rest of y'all, I'm sick of y'all. Listen to this bullshit, y'all.
I have never once, and I've had a disagreement with a lot of black people that I've had disagreement, but I've never once had to make a video explain I don't hate black people.
I do not hate black people. I know that people who are new to my channel, and you see people out there making these videos, it's comical to me because I don't understand how accountability leads to hate.
You said you can't teach me, you can't make me hate white people. You said that.
You want me to hate white people? I'm not doing it.
My question is making you hate white people? I don't want that at all. What I want to know is, who the fuck taught you to hate?
All my neighbors are white. I got biracial grandchildren. My first grandbaby is biracial. And the truth, I don't have no hate in my heart for white people. I do not. I like the ones who like me. You like me, I like you. But why they have so much hate in their heart for us? Y'all, they do. Why y'all have so much hate in y'all heart for us? Why? Because we don't hate y'all at all. I can't hate.
America has a lot of religions and a lot of people.
I cannot hate nobody. For me to come out here and say I hate white people, that's a lie. I don't. I get along with y'all. It's in my family. I got a biracial grandbaby. She grown. She grown now. She don't have a baby. Ain't no way. My mama didn't hate them, but she always told us to watch our back, that they were two-faced, that don't trust them because they do evil stuff to black people. My mama told us everything. And my mama told us, and she used to laugh and cheese in their face every day. And they used to laugh and cheese in her face every day too. Because they just wanted my mama to clean their goddamn house. Okay? Because they was too lazy to clean their damn house. Yeah, and my mama did domestic for white women. For white women. Now the table has turned. Black women, most of them got maids. They maids, it's like Spanish. So life is turning. Life is turning. Things are turning around for black people. And they hate to see that. They don't never want us to have nothing. They don't never want us to accomplish nothing. They always want us to be, I believe they always want us to be beneath them. And we're not doing that no more. We got where we can have maids. We can have maids to clean our house. My mama used to clean their damn house all the time. I went to work with my mama, cleaning their house and stuff, but they was good to my mama. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, they was good to my mother, and they was good to us too. And thanks God that she worked for some good white people. She really did. She worked for the president, Pasco County Bank. He was the president. Anything my mama needs, she was going there and did it.
It starts long before the cast. The right rock. The right.
Anything he can share. I hope today gives this family a little more clarity. I also know clarity doesn't always bring comfort. We deliver on our promises, and you got it right here. So thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it.
Hey, Sunshine,
More to come on this story that you don't
After
want
you
to
had seen
miss.
the
But first, a word from our
that's
sponsors.
going on in America, you can't unsee this. No, you can't unsee this.
America has a lot of religions and a lot.
The only thing that we trying to find out, what happened to this young man? Because we know he was on the boat. Missed that bullshit that boy was out there on the island. And ain't nobody seen him walk away. Ain't nobody seen him talking. Cause let the Bart tell it, he was cradled. He was cradled in Katie don't we spell bullshit? We spell bullshit and we not letting this go. This is a true cover up. Mississippi, when that toxicological report come back, they gonna say he was on drugs. They all was on it. They all was on it. They probably gave it to him. Just like D usually said, they gave it to him. And that's probably what the only reason why Nola was hanging out with them, because them and Nola didn't have a goddamn thing in common. Nothing they had in common. So I'm quite sure he was hanging with them for the drugs because they could get it. They could get the drugs. They had the money. They was buying it. And you know, kids gonna be kids when they young. They gonna experiment with a lot of shit. You don't know Nolan. You don't know if Nolan took any drugs. No, we don't know that shit. They don't know, we don't know. Hopefully we will know something when these Mississippi want to release the found evidence. Mississippi full of bullshit. Because I know something must be on there. Nolan was on drugs. Okay, girl. How you know? How you know? You seen him do the drugs? Did you see Nolan do the drugs? Auntie the Feds investigating Christine Rothfarm. Yes, I seen that. She going down. She going down, y'all. Let me see. Let's catch back up.
Okay, so look, they keep us powered here, and that's how we stay on again. The generosity, your generosity, and thank you for helping to build this community. So welcome, good morning, everybody. I didn't really get a chance to welcome you that much. Let us know where you're streaming from, because we went right to the breaking news and we got that just before the show. And as I said in the newsletter and this morning, and to the family, I've been thinking about the Nolan Wells parents last night and this morning, and when I got the news that the autopsy results were in from the state. Now, can you imagine what today must feel like for them? Because for weeks they have been asking questions. You have been waiting. You have been wondering whether someone, somewhere has the answer that explains how your son died. And then today comes, and the day you're finally expected to sit down with the investigators, or at least hear some of the results about the state's autopsy. And we all say we want answers, right? But of course we do. But sometimes the answers are the hardest part, as I said. Sometimes they bring peace, and sometimes they confirm your worst fears. Sometimes they answer one question, and then they leave you with 10 more questions. And I think that's where this case is right now. What's interesting isn't just the investigation anymore, it's everything growing around this investigation, which I talked to Ben Crump and what I talked to the family about. The official autopsy is complete. The cell phone, at least the state autopsy, the independent one is not. The cell phone is still being examined. Digital evidence still being analyzed. Grand jury will eventually review everything, all of this. In other words, the actual investigation is still moving forward. As you heard from Benjamin Crump, he said that the autopsy is not the end-all be-all. It certainly provides you with more information. But outside the investigation, outside of that, Everybody already has a theory. Everybody already has an opinion about what happened. Everybody already seems to know exactly what happened. And that is fascinating to me. Because while investigators are still collecting evidence, the rest of us have been watching something else entirely unfold. We've watched parents defend their children. We've watched another family fight for answers. We have watched lawyers argue their cases in public. We've watched commentators dissect every interview, every timeline, and every statement. Now, as I mentioned to Benjamin Crump, Warren Hudson's father says that he is threatening to sue Ben Crump for defamation because he believes his son has been unfairly portrayed before anyone has been charged with a crime. Now, here's the interesting thing. Okay, he's not a typical public figure, but he chose to do the interviews, or you allowed him. I don't know, he's probably, you may have, was 18. I don't know if you have to give him permission, assuming he's 18, not 17. So he's sort of made himself a public figure. I don't know what that means for a lawsuit when you put yourself out there to answer questions, and so people are going to have questions. And at the same time, though, Ben Crump says that his focus remains finding, you heard what he said, finding out what happened to Nolan Wells. He says, I'm not going to be distracted by that. I don't even know who this person is. And then you have people like Jolly. I don't know, guys, is Jolly going to join us this morning? He was. I don't know if he is or not. Let us know, Jolly, if you're watching. But anyway, you have people like Jolly looking closely at Warren Hudson's public statements, his public accounts, and saying, wait a minute, this part doesn't really make sense.
All right, y'all. Auntie Nita Hunt.
And that's fair game. If someone gives a public account in a case that is significant, people are going to compare it to the evidence that they have. That's what journalists do. That's what investigators do. That's what the public does, quite frankly. But here's where I think that we have to be disciplined. Finding a flaw in someone's story isn't the same thing as proving a crime.
Exactly.
Questioning a timeline is not the same thing as solving a case. Those are different things. And defending someone against public accusations, that's not the same thing as proving that they are innocent. So those are all different things. And I think we've reached a point where the conversation has become almost as if...
Exactly, Don. I agree with you 100%. The only thing we want to know, we is not no angry black woman, mean black woman, mean black people. We just want to know what happened to Nolan. It's like did a spaceship, somebody reach down and pick Nolan ass up so fast that we ain't seen him? Because y'all keep saying the boy didn't get on the boat. But the evidence point to the boat.
Interesting as the investigation itself. Everybody is telling a different version of the same or similar story. The Wells family has one perspective. They want answers and transparency. The Hudson family has another perspective.
All this back and forth, right?
Ben Crump has one. The defense has another. Commentators have theirs. YouTubers have theirs. Social media has hundreds of thousands more. And meanwhile, the evidence hasn't finished speaking yet. It's not in. And so, from the very beginning, that's why I tried to stay in the same place. I tried to ask hard questions. Now, I'm not going to do it like, okay, blah, blah, blah. I ask, it's all, and when I say let the professionals ask the questions, it's all in how you ask the question. You can ask the same question respectfully as a question that you can ask as if you are, as if you're interrogating someone. You can ask the same questions and probably get better answers if you don't interrogate them, if it is part of a conversation. You can ask hard questions. Look carefully. You can look at the facts, challenge inconsistencies wherever they appear.
Exactly, Don.
But what we shouldn't do is confuse confidence with certainty. Because if reporting on this case and watching it as you have, if it has taught us anything, it's that every time we think that we have reached the end of this story, another chapter begins.
Yeah.
Another chapter begins.
Like it's true.
Now, there's someone that I would like to address. Someone that Christine Wansley Wells did not even want to mention his name.
Yeah, that's how it went out. Yeah.
And you guys know who that is.
Uncle Tom. Of course we know
First, a
Uncle
word from
Tom.
our sponsors.
Of course we know it's Uncle Tom. I ain't never, you know something? I ain't never seen an Uncle Tom like this man right here. Officer Taylor Tom, whatever, Taylor Bud, yeah, that's better. I ain't seen an Uncle Tom in about 20 years. But when I ran across his page, I say, oh my God, you meant to tell me we still got Uncle Toms? They still exist? This man tell down his people with those big lips. Yeah. Because you wasn't over here. You got the lips to let us know that you are a full black man and you don't even want to be black. Married to a little skinny ass white woman. Mm-hmm. Probably would beat your ass if you looked at her. This man is so ignorant and dumbfounded till it's a goddamn shame. He don't even understand cornbread and collard greens. You know what I'm saying? And his ass was here. Now I'm Indian. But one thing about it, I love my color, I love my peoples, and I ain't gonna never turn my back on my peoples. I don't care, right or wrong, because we have been treated so wrong on this goddamn earth. Whatever we do, we ain't never did no big shit like y'all. Y'all do real big shit and go to prison and get the same time that we go. Y'all go to prison for, all kind of substance and stuff like that. But when a black man go to prison, he get 20 years for possession and sale of 1 rock of cocaine. Dade City, Florida. Dade City, Florida. Bullies, first, let me see what Don talking about bullies. Because y'all know we got bullies on here too. They're trying to straighten it up. But a bully gonna always be a goddamn bully. Now.
Who uses history, facts, and real stories to explain how exploitation became so normal that many of us barely notice it anymore. What I like about the book is that it doesn't just complain, it offers an alternative. His argument is that when you build systems around meeting the needs we all share, everybody has a better chance to thrive. You can read it in paperback, digitally, or you can listen to it on audiobook. And if you genuinely cannot afford it, you can get it free. Go to bps.online or text BULLY to 511. That's BULLY to 511-511. Text fees may apply.
And thank you to our sponsors that keep us powered. So let me just discuss, because I didn't really know this person. And just before the thing, I wasn't even going to address it, but someone said that he dropped something about me, like threatening something. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't even know who this dude is. I met him at a conference. We were in a room together, and it was just bizarre. So he's talking about something I don't even know. I looked at like the beginning of it and I said, this shit doesn't even make sense. I don't know what he's talking about. And I choose to spend my time wisely and to keep my peace. And so, but sometimes things just fall right into your lap. And I don't even have to do it. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Okay, so whatever that nonsense that what's his name? What do they call him? His nickname, Race Batum Tatum.
Y'all coming?
Whatever he's talking about, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck what you think about me because I don't think anything about you. I don't even know who you are.
Like auntie, boy, that's what I love about Don Limo. Tell him, Don, I don't give a fuck what shit you say about me too, Don. That's my baby. That's my nephew right there.
Know who you were until they said, are you okay with this? And I was like, sure. And then I looked at it, I was like, oh, this dude, I've never seen him, but wow. Mm-hmm. So I don't even know who you are. And so what I'm going to let my friend, by the way, who I'm going on tour with, D.L. Hughley, speak for not only me, but for a whole lot of people. I don't even have to do the work. Sometimes you just don't have to do shit.
Hey! Come on now.
So I will let D.L. Hughley, and this is, unless there's something really offensive, I don't even know if I'm going to respond to whatever, to that, because I believe you don't even, sometimes you shouldn't even speak people's names. You don't cast your pearls before swine. But I'll let D.L. do the work in regards to Race Batum Tatum. Hello, friend D.L. Hughley.
This is Brandon Tatum.
Did y'all just see what unfunny ex-comedian D.L. Hughley just said about me? Posted a picture of me and my wife. To do what? To be a racist? You are the lame.
Hold on. Let me go back. Let me see. Let me see that wife, y'all. Let me see that wife. Let me see. Let me pull up a little bit. Hold on.
Do the work in regards to race Tatum. Hello, friend D.L. Hughley.
This is Brandon Tatum.
Did y'all just see what unfunny ex-comedian D.L. Hughley just said about me? Posted a picture of me and my wife. To do what?
Let me
To be a racist?
Let me hit it right here. Let me see, y'all. Let's see this old gal. Come on. Okay. Yeah, she is white. I wanted to make sure she was white for real. Okay.
You are the lamest dude in all of comedy.
Lame.
What is more lame than calling yourself the job you used to have? You're not an officer anymore.
Hell no.
You were a football player who failed at being a football player. You didn't make the team.
Yeah,
so you became an officer. That wasn't working out, so you became an influencer.
Okay.
You talked about emotion. What is more emotional than this?
The word. Look out, y'all. Y'all see him? I ain't gonna play that music.
The people didn't even think you worthy to speak at his funeral. You said you wouldn't cry for your son, but you cried for him. That's not emotion. You talked the way Benjamin Crump talks.
Just want to blame white folks. And so I go out there because I know that lame Al Sharpton and Mr. I Can't Read Benjamin Crump is just race hustling, y'all.
You talked about how those boys are innocent. You had proof. Now, I don't know whether they're innocent or not. I don't know what happened there. But I know one conversation with a failed football player and a social media influencer is not the predicate. You don't have any toxicology report. You don't have an autopsy report. You talked about black people acting a fool. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that took 31 years and 3 trials to prosecute and find guilty the murder of Medgar Evers. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that in 2005 found 215 black people that were dead and buried in a pauper's grave and nobody knew they were there. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that just killed a 1-year-old boy and nobody's being brought to account about. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that has been poisoning black people with the water since the 1960s. Black people didn't look for this fight. They want justice. All they want is accountability. And if it's those boys, it should be that. Nobody has a predetermined notion. I don't know what happened. But if you're saying that Al Sharpton and that Benjamin Crump are on one side, you're certainly on the other. You talk to them for 2 days and now all of a sudden you know if they're guilty. You know if they're innocent. You know that. Your name is, your moniker is Officer Tatum, not Detective Tatum. You didn't make your way to the detective. You're an influencer who says what white people want you to say. And don't you find it interesting that they chose to speak to you, and they chose to speak to you for the same reason that you're a conservative, for the same reason Turning Point did, because you're safe. They know you're a black man who'll do what he's told. You're an unremarkable black man who they know they can count on to be obedient. They pick you for the same reason they pick dogs. What is very interesting to me is this is Nancy Grace.
I love to believe that he goes out swimming all on his own, and the friend girl leaves, the mates from school leave, everybody just leaves him out in the water and he dies.
Now, Nancy Grace is a career prosecutor. She has tried 100 felony trials, 100, and not lost one. And she thinks that's something suspicious. But the social media influencer who failed at football and was a mediocre cop all of a sudden knows more than that. I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. But I do know this. You said that a young woman with a pot of water acted so suspiciously that she should be shot by cops.
I think that this is justified, but it could have been avoided, but still justified. You can't throw boiling water on a police officer and not get shot.
But you don't think people that were on a boat with somebody, in proximity to somebody, and that person comes that day acting so suspicious, they should be questioned? That's who you are. Debate you for what? What you are is what the people before you. You're Diamond and Silk. You're Candace Owens. You're Stacey Dash. You're that. And your career will age like avocados. Because that's what they do. There'll be somebody else that replaces you. I've been around for 40 years doing what I do, and you still know my name. You know how I got to know yours? Somebody sent me a coon alert. They said, and you fit the bill. I don't know who you are, but I know what you are. I know what you do because I've seen people like you in my entire life. You can just say on my career, but my career is longer than your life. You mentioned my name and I have no idea who you are. But I do know this, that one day when all of this is done, and it'll be after the next election cycle, when people are wondering who you are, when you go the way of the Larry Elders or the Sheriff Clarks or the Candace Owens or the Diamond and Silks or the Stacey Dashes or the Armstrong, like all of them, when you're there with them and you're wondering what happened, it's because you sold your soul for nothing.
Let me just say this. I know people gonna clip this and get back, and I don't care. I really feel this way. I'm getting sick of black people. Right? I like the black people like me and others that are.
Did you hear him? He said he getting sick of us, y'all. He getting sick of us.
Conservative, they're smart, but the rest of y'all, I'm sick of y'all. It's hard to even want to be around black people, to be honest.
I have never once, and I've had a disagreement with a lot of black people that I've had disagreement, but I've never once had to make a video explaining I don't hate black people.
I do not hate black people. I know that people who are new to my channel, and you see people out there making these videos, it's comical to me because I don't understand how accountability leads to hate.
You said you can't teach me, you can't make me hate white people. You said that.
You want me to hate white people? I'm not doing it.
My question is it making you hate white people? I don't want that at all. What I want to know is, who the fuck taught you to hate us?
Exactly. Ooh, come on. Come on. Who taught you to hate us? Why you hate us so bad? Everything we doing is for money, with money. You post more than anybody about this same shit because you making money. You making money by tearing your own race down. You want to call us all out our names. You want to say we stupid. Everything we do for money on this app, but who? You doing the same thing we doing. And you ain't no damn police officer. You was a police officer, but you're not a police officer anymore. You just a piece of raggedy ass shit over there, if you ask me. You just a piece of Uncle Tom, raggedy shit, talking out your goddamn mouth. Half of the time, don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Just being a goddamn fool because you want to come for your own goddamn race. That's pitiful. That's sad. Who is your parents? I want to know who the fuck raised this thing. Who the fuck raised him?
On DL Show, Uncertain. Go check it out. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
DL Hughley, Uncertain. And also, I'll give you our tour dates coming up after this because we want to educate people about what's going on. And for people like Brandon Tatum. Let me just tell you this, because DL reminded me of something. I'm not going to be chastised by a child. I'm not afraid of a child. I don't care what you say about me. Yeah, you were 5 years old when I started doing this. I've been doing this for a long time. You know my name. I don't even know your name. I had never heard of you, and I don't really care. But so I'm going back and looking at the shit that you said, man, you can't even see yourself. It's embarrassing. You should just peruse and go through and see what's up. Now, not that you have to care about public sentiment all the time, but my God today.
Yes,
I've been doing this for 35 years, and you know my name, and everybody knows my name, and everybody knows my career. I got to the top of my craft and still am there. What do you do? What did you do?
That's right.
So just keep my name out of your mouth and do what you want.
And one thing, Don, we know you. Wait a minute, we know you for CNN. That's right, baby. That's why I first met you years ago, about 20 years ago. Been on the CNN because I always listened to your news because you was the black man and you broke it down to the black people so they can understand what was the hell going on. And baby, Mrs. Lowe been watching you for at least 20-something years. You ain't just got here. And I remember when those son of a bitches fired you. I didn't like it when they fired you, but look at you now. Look at you now.
Anyways, if you want to know anything about the Don Lemon Show, here's what you do. By the way, you're informed right now. If you want to know anything about the Don Lemon Show, here's what you do. You go to donlemon.com, donlemon.com. And since I mentioned it right at the top, right there before you, not at the top, but before you even get to the main page, you see that little black rectangle thing? Click on that DL plus DL.com or whatever. Click on that thing and go take it. You can go. DL and I will be on tour starting September 11th. We're starting in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, going all
Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, saying there, yeah, back there in those days. Yeah, and they fired him. I remember when he came out and told the whole world he was gay. Don, you know something? I already knew you was gay, baby. Miss Lowe already knew you was gay. You didn't have to come out to me. Because Auntie Lowe already knew that you was a gay man. And you know, he came out and let everybody know that he is a gay man. I remember that. Man, I've been loving this young man for so long. Good people, got a good heart. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me see, can I give out these memberships? Sorry about that. Just shut your eyes. Close your eyes. Nolan out there by his goddamn self. He ain't get back on nobody boat. Nobody boat. He left alone out there by himself. That's what they say. Because he ain't on nobody boat, right? He ain't on nobody boat. He was on somebody goddamn boat. Somebody goddamn boat. Let's go over here to Nancy Grace for just a second. That baby this stupid, y'all. I mean, this really ridiculous. They want us to believe some bullshit about this baby. They want to come out here and say all kind of stuff about this baby because he is a baby. He's a young man. He all our baby. Yes, he is. Ain't nobody seen this boy. He was fighting the waves and Tyler, and it just took him in seconds. Ooh, they just took him away in seconds. He was by his goddamn self. Oh, he went down there to piss or something. Okay. He went down there. Let's just put it like this. He went down there to take a piss, and all of a sudden, the damn waves just whooped his little ass up. You know what I'm saying? That boy is 6 feet tall, over 6 feet. So he went down there to take a piss, Dr. J, and the waves just whooped his little ass up. The wave took him out so fast, there ain't nobody see shit. Well, all of a sudden, people covering up shit, trying.
Audio distress call. Is it real? Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Everyone in the background is saying, is he dead? Nolan, wake the up.
Claiming they're sinking and calling for help. And yet, in the background, are we really hearing all of this other activity?
Nobody has ever, none of the kids on this boat have ever admitted that anybody said that they thought Nolan was dead.
Cecil Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
Oh, sit down. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know.
Did y'all hear that stupid? Yeah. He all over the goddamn place. He all over the place. Sound like he tired because he don't been tussling with Nolan. Come on, Mississippi, don't try us like this. Don't try us like this in 2026, Mississippi. We're not going to let y'all try us like this. We're not going to do it. Okay? We is not going to do this. I'm going to get these memberships out too. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Where we get these memberships. Oh. I'm trying to see what's going on with these memberships, the last memberships of the month. I gotta start packing. I gotta start packing all this shit, y'all. Get ready to move into the other unit. Make sure I got my cash app unlocked. Hope I got that done. Unlock. Okay, son, unlock. Okay, yeah. Let's listen to this video. And get back these memberships. And then
That number, it's either, I think it's, try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed. Sure. I don't have the tag
Unless
on
you
here.
have a
We got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at
You are hearing the audio distress call from the boat. That is the boat on which Nolan Wells went to Horn Island. Now, there have been a lot of different accounts about whether he was on the boat when he came back from Horn Island, when he was supposed to come back from Horn Island. He never came back from Horn Island. And you can clearly hear on that version, which we obtained from the Mississippi Department of Marine Research. They released it. It's not something off TikTok or Insta. And that's what you hear. Let me hear 184 one more time, please.
That's the real
Cecil Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west.
Hold up, swole up. That part right there, he's about to die. He's about to die. He's about to die. Did y'all hear that? He bites to die. He bites to die. Y'all heard it? Y'all heard it, right? Did y'all hear
For
it?
porn, and our Doge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
Okay.
All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's going up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter. What are we hearing?
Nancy, this is the audio call from the boat that Nolan Wells took out to Horn Island. And the boat is attempting to leave Horn Island because the boat is taking on water. What we are hearing is the fall from the boat to the group they have.
Cito, let me help you. Let me help you. Reminder, Dave Mack, we've only got 1 hour to cover a lot of territory. That is the Cito call where the grandson of the boat owner thinks that they're taking on water. Joining me right now, special guest Brandon Tatum. He is a former police officer with Tucson PD, and he is the star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube. He has interviewed Nolan's friends. Now, we're about to bring on two experts, each one taking a different viewpoint on that call. But, Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us tonight. No matter what you say, just know you're going to get hate mail. Doesn't matter what you say. If the angel Gabriel came down right now and spoke on this case, he would get hate mail. That said, what do you make of that audio, officer?
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. If you put the audio within context, it is an impossibility unless these people are prophesying that somehow they're saying Nolan's name or projecting that Nolan is somehow injured, hurt, or killed, because we have witnesses that have come out. When I interviewed Warren, a lot of those kids that I talked to already alluded to this, way before the audio came out, that they were gone. People had already saw Nolan after they had left. The young lady, Katie, that he was hanging out with, I saw a text message from her alluding to the fact that she never saw him get on that boat at all. We have video of the boat. We shared on our social media page, and it shows all the occupants on the boat, and Nolan was not there. And so if a person thinks that they've heard something on the audio, they have to pair it with context. Maybe they said, "Is it dead?" talking about items that could potentially have died or damaged on the boat, given the fact that they were sinking. But I think people need to put this in context and reevaluate what they're listening to on the video, because if you're going to make a staunch stance in the wrong direction, in my opinion, by saying they're obviously talking about Nolan, it is incredibly impossible. One more thing, real quick, that when you look at where they were at, they made the phone call and their GPS coordinates, it literally put them on the island. We know, not on the physical island, but really close proximity to the island. We know, because we have another video of Nolan being out there and also all the other boats surrounding him. This would have had to happen very near to hundreds of people, hundreds of different boats. So somebody would have seen something if there was a dramatic commotion like this occurring on that boat.
I hear what you're saying, Officer Brandon Tatum. That last part that you said, that there were hundreds of people around and they would have seen what happened, that part, I disagree with that. John Mobley joining us, veteran trial lawyer out of South Carolina. John, take off your defense hat one moment and let's address that statement. Do I have to say Tupac? That just comes off the top of my head. Crimes happen all the time in a crowded area and nobody sees anything. Either they say they didn't see anything, or they really didn't see anything, because it all blends in, right? It all blends in. I've had a little boy thrown off the 3rd level of the Mall of America almost to his death. He did die and he was brought back to life. Nobody saw what happened. A guy threw him over. People were all over the mall. The food court was crowded. Nobody saw. I had like 2 witnesses. So I think part of it is, Mobley, you don't expect to see something, and so your mind is not interpreting, it's not intercepting what you're physically seeing. And again, we don't know what happened. We don't know why Nolan Wells has a red mark on the back of his occipital. We don't know. Was he hit? Did he fall? Then fall off a boat? It could have been any number of things. Some nefarious, some an accident, some negligent. My point is, just because there's a lot of people around, that does not guarantee you witnesses, Mobley. You know that better than anybody with all the cases you've tried.
Well, Nancy, I got to call it like I see it. I think there are 2 things I want to say to address that. The first part, I would agree with you that
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Let's finish listening to this damn tea. But we can. I'm just waiting on these memberships to come up.
Right now. You know what? I give it to you, Mama. You're a great trial lawyer. A medical examiner, you ain't. And I don't know why you're saying people are latching onto this, grabbing at straws. I'm looking right at it, man. Should I believe you or my lying eyes? I am looking at the second autopsy. And I have questioned multiple actual medical examiners, actual doctors that say that means something. Put him up again. In what world would the first medical examiner remove Nolan's throat if it did not have something probative about it, something that proves something? Did they remove his toe? No. His elbow? No. His eyeball? His nose? No. They took his throat. Do not tell me that a medical doctor, which you are not, took a throat out of this young man because it means nothing. And then, you know what? I can't even hear you. Straight out to Joe Scott Moore.
She in the chat. Hood, you got a membership. Thank you, Miss Duncan, for the gift. Thank you. Lakeisha, for that this. Let's get it. Callie, congratulations to all of y'all. And thank you for the blessings. Okay. All right, I'm gonna end this live and I'm gonna come back and play some music. It's 3 o'clock. Whoever wanna come. Whoever want to come back, the auntie 5 minutes. I'm going to play the music. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, auntie. We hung a long time. Congratulations on all the new members. Yeah, I'm going to end this live and I'm going to come back and we're going to hang for a minute. Okay? Whoever come back. I know it's 3 in the morning, baby. It's 3 in the morning, but we're going to come back with a little music, do a little jam, party a little bit. Okay, the auntie 5 minutes, and I'll be back with y'all. 5 more minutes. That's all he said he needed. What he said he needed, 5 more minutes, and we'll finish this conversation tomorrow. Or later on today. It's looking for me. Auntie house. Okay, where is it? Trying to find out my son. It ain't coming up for some reason. Okay. Look at music. Yes, until be right back.
It's an oldie thing.
Let me
AI.
clear this one out. And then I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll see y'all at the party. Come on over. Come on, children. Come on over. 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 Come on over to your auntie house. I say, come on. I say, come on in here. Bring some happiness. Bring some
Most of all, just bring your friends. I said, come on over. Come on over to your auntie house. I said, come on over to your auntie house. I said, come on in here. I said, get on in here.
All right, I'll see y'all in 5 minutes.